Hi, I'm Zaki Siddiqui, and I'm here with Brody and Ricky today, and we're going to be previewing this Rockies and Nationals game for tomorrow. Ricky?
Well, I think that, this obviously isn't the most exciting game that you could watch, but I think I'm going to be really looking at that starting matchup between Williams and Gomber. Gomber hasn't had the best year ERA-wise. And, these are two teams that aren't really good. They're sort of both selling right now, both in that 40 win range. I think that looking at how these pitchers...
Sorry to cut you off there, but actually, that's tonight's pitching.
Oh,
Tomorrow's
my bad.
pitching is going to be Jay Vernon, P. Lambert, but you can continue.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but either way, I'm going to be looking at this pitching lineup and seeing how they're doing because neither of these teams have very deep pitching staffs. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, Irvin has 3-5 win-loss, but Lambert's with he's 2-1. Both have pretty solid ERAs. I don't know about really what the strategy is going to be for that game on the pitching wise. I don't know how long Irvin can really go. I mean, he's really shown struggles this year. He is not much of a depth pitcher. He's more of like a throw 5 innings and bring in the relievers. But I mean, noticeable players for a couple breakout years for some of the Nationals players. Like Lane Thomas, he's having a great year. He's hitting above 250, and he's had over 50 RBIs, 16 home runs. I mean, he's really just having a good year.
Yeah, and I want to bring up Jamer Candelario because he's really, I'd say he's one of the best hitters on that Nationals lineup. And I've heard that he's been trying to use his trade bait, and so it's going to be interesting to see how he plays with rumors swirling around him and him knowing that he's one of the best players on that field tomorrow. Because really, he's got a good OPS and a good average, so unlike a lot of his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, moving to the Rockies, really this year, they're not their best year. Last year they were above average, maybe average, but this year they just haven't been. They lost a bunch of their key players. I mean, some players have fallen out of injury, like Chris Bryant. He's on day-to-day. He's had a really off year. Charlie Blackmon's also on the IL right now. I mean, I think the Rockies just need to get in that rebuilding phase and just start with that.
In terms of positives for the Rockies, I'm looking at Randall Grichuk has had a decent season. I think one of the best seasons for him. He has a 309 average, which is actually is pretty good. He's a source of hope, I think, on this Rockies team.
Yeah, I mean, hitting 309 there has got to be a big accomplishment for him. I mean, how old is he? Is he a young player? If he's a young player, that's a great accomplishment. He can build from that.
He's 31.
31. Wow, never mind. He's an old player.
I'd also like to remind y'all that this is being played at Nats Park, not at Coors Field. So you got to take these statistics with a grain of salt for some of these unknown Rockies players because the ball really travels out there. So that's also going to be interesting to see how these guys do on this road trip.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right, now the broadcasting booth for the game.